It takes place in northern England, and our hero is a young boy, and his mother is very ill with cancer. She's in treatment, and you sort of see the family struggling to figure out how to deal with this. He obviously takes care of himself a lot and tries to take care of his mother, but he's very worried about her, increasingly worried, and in his imagination, or maybe not in his imagination, he summons up this yew tree in the backyard of the church up on the hill, and he becomes a man, a sort of yew man, comes down and takes him on these journeys during the night into these fairy tales, which all have very surprising endings that aren't very pleasing to him, that make no sense to him. And somehow it helps him, over the course of the story, begin to come to terms with what's happening in his life, which also makes no sense.
I love that the story talks about storytelling. It's a story about stories, and it talks about what we do as filmmakers. So it was very interesting to get into that world.
Well, I think it was a combination of Bayona and the material. And then as soon as I knew the cast, too, that it was Liam and Felicity, I didn't know Lewis. But I always knew that Bayona had such a special way of working with kids. And I knew he'd find the perfect Connor, which he did.
The story itself has a story because it was an idea from Siobhan Dowd, a writer that wanted to write a book about to the kids, helping them to cope with loss, and he couldn't finish the story, and then it was Patrick Ness who did the book, and then he gave me the chance of putting that on the screen. So it was quite a journey to do a monster call, to bring her story on the screen. But I love the fact that when the story ends and the film finishes, it seems that a lot of people brings the movie back with them. It makes them think a lot. And that's very rewarding as a director.